Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I am glad you made it. This is aggravation claims number 2. This is about how the VA rates aggravation claims. It's a little bit different than how we would look at a traditional service-connected, easy claim. It's important to understand because if you're filing for aggravation claims versus a direct service connection, it could be a different outcome. And it's important to understand as you're doing the VA funky math on figuring out where your actual percentage is going to be. Before we jump into it, I want to throw on a special thank you to Big Ed 46350. Big Ed, thank you so much for your comment. Thank you for the super comment. I really do appreciate your support. And for those out there that didn't see the comment, you were sitting at 90%. Watching the videos, watching my videos, watching our joint channel over with Clay at the CivDiv on our joint channel, Veterans Daily, all of that, and you got yourself up to 90%. You signed up with EBVA Claims, which is our joint business to help with claims. If you need help with your claim, check us out, ebvaclaims.com. Information's in the description and in the comments. You did that, and now you have been awarded 100% permanent and total. Congratulations for you. We appreciate your support and you sharing that with the community. Look, I say it all the time. I save it for the end of the video, but I say it all the time. If we don't take care of each other, something went wrong. And that is absolutely true. You sharing that comment is effectively helping others because you're showing that, you know, if you put in the work, we can get things done. So with that, thanks again, Big Ed. I appreciate your support. All right, so VA aggravation claims. I already did a video on aggravation claims. We're always looking at two things, right? Getting service connected and getting the appropriate rating. Well, ratings are different a little bit, and I wanted to read through this. I pulled it up to have it in some sort of a format. So hit the thumbs up for me, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. Many hands make light work, and I appreciate your support. All right. The VA rates an aggravation claim by subtracting the veteran's pre-service disability rating from the current rating of the condition. And we'll have some examples here. So, in other words, they look at your pre-service criteria of your condition, right? So if this is your baseline, this is when you joined, this is how bad your condition was. Then when you left service, it got aggravated through your service, and now it's up here. What is the difference in ratings between where you would have been rated to where you are rated, and then they create your actual rating? I know it's confusing, right? Welcome to the world of nuance, thus the VA. All right, so this basically what they're doing there is subtracting where you are from where you were before joining. The difference in here represents the percentage of aggravation, which is really what they're rating, and serves as a new disability rating. To determine this, VA reviews medical records to establish the initial severity, uses the Veterans Affairs Schedule for Rating Disabilities, which is the rating schedules, right, to evaluate the condition's current state and assigns a final rating based on the increase in severity. So how the VA determines aggravation. 3 things here. Establishes a baseline, determines the current rating, calculates the difference. So let's talk about that for a second. Establishing the baseline rating, the VA examines the veteran's medical records to find the severity of the condition before military service. Now, in order to do this, you can't just self-diagnose and go, oh, I had this before and now I joined. There's no medical evidence of that. And you're not a medical professional. So, I mean, for most of us, we're not. So, in order for that to happen, you most likely got diagnosed for condition X prior to service. You had a problem. Maybe you mentioned it to your recruiter. Maybe the recruiter said, I can get a waiver for that. Then you supplied it, whatever it was, and then you got in, and now there you go. So that evidence that was provided during your enlistment or your commission, you know, depending on what was going on, you provided that information regarding your condition and that it was not that severe, most likely, that it would not interfere with your ability to be in the military. So they're going to get that information. You're going to need to get that information. Number 2 is determine the current rating. The VA evaluates the condition's current state and determines what rating it would receive under the specific rating schedule. Then they're going to calculate the difference. The VA is going to subtract the pre-service rating from the current rating. So an example, a condition had a 20% rating before service. Now, obviously, you're not actually getting a 20% rating prior to service. It's if you had that condition, what would it be rated for at that pre-service level of severity? 20%. Okay. Then that same condition now rates a 50% after being worsened by military service, aggravated, right? So now you have 50%. So the VA calculates the difference between those, right? 50% current, 20% pre-service equals 30%. The veteran receives a 30% disability rating for the aggravation. So they're only rating you on the aggravation piece, not the entire aspect. Now, key factors, there's a couple things. We'll just share these and go from there. So evidence is crucial. I can't even emphasize that enough. Evidence is so important. Now, if your doctor can't, won't, or doesn't, then you should reach out to AME, American Medical Experts. Their information's in the description and in the comments as well. And they are board certified doctors. They will review all of your medical records and then provide you what you need to supply to the VA for your claim. It's what they do. This is what they do. So they understand the VA, they understand the nuance, they understand the rating schedules, they understand all of that. So evidence is crucial. The VA relies on medical evidence such as doctors' reports, tests, and results from VA claim exams, CMP exams, right, to determine the progression of the condition. The rating schedule is key. As always, the Veterans Affairs Schedule for Rating Disabilities is used to assign a severity rating to the condition both before and after service. So, the VA is going to utilize the rating schedule to give a rating, a fake rating, on what you would have been rated for at your pre-existing severity. Then they're going to use the same rating schedule to rate you on your current severity. And then they're going to subtract from that current rating the pre-service fake rating to give you your aggravation rating. So degree of worsening. The final rating reflects the extent to which the service has worsened the pre-existing condition. Again, they are rating you on the aggravation of the condition, not the entire condition and how bad it is, just the aggravation portion. So with that, thanks for watching. I appreciate you very much. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.